Okay, let's go ahead and open up Excel. You're going to want to come down here and click on the Start button. Go to All Programs. And you're going to scroll down here till you find Microsoft Office. And then there's Microsoft Excel 2010. That's what you want to click on. If it's not in this list, come down here and just type in Excel, E-X-C-E-L. And this will pop up, and you can also click on it from here. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to do a budget in Excel, but the same format will go for OpenOffice or LibreOffice just as well. Okay, so just kind of give you a quick tour here. We still have the same ribbon idea that's happening up here on the top, like we've been working with in Microsoft Office Word. So it's still the same up here. We have our font group right here to change your fonts and everything. We have our alignment group right here. Notice we have a top, middle, and a bottom now. And we also have a orientation on how our text can appear. We have wrap text, so you can wrap your text so it stays in the same cell. And we also have a merge and center. Okay, that's all part of it's where you highlight a group of cells and you click merge and center, and it centers the title over that particular area. Okay, we have a number group right here. This $ is not currency, it is accounting. So when it wants currency, you want to come up here and click on this drop down, and here's the different kind of formats you can choose from. Notice you got currency, you also have percentages, scientific notation, all that kind of stuff there. Okay. Here we have our conditional formatting. That's when you can say, okay, I want the cell to turn red if this particular thing's happened. We're going to use that in this assignment. Also over here, you have a function here called sum. This is the auto sum feature. This means to add up the cells. If you hit the drop down, we also have average, count the numbers, max, min, and there's more functions you can pick from too. Okay, this is the cell address bar over here, and it's called the name box. So you can click in there and change it to B4 or something like that, and hit enter, and your active cell, which is the cell with the dark border around it, that cell right there is where you're going to be working on at the time. So by typing it up here, moves it down here like that. If you hit your up arrow and down arrow, you can navigate back and forth by using this as well, your arrow key. If you hit enter key, that moves it down. If you hit tab key, it moves it over this way. Shift tab moves it back. Okay, so there's different ways you can move around there. On the insert tab here, we can insert, here's your charts that you can insert right here. Okay. Page layout, this is your margins, your orientation, your size of the page, background, so forth like that. Okay, formulas, we talked about the auto sum. There's a bunch of different ones in here you can use. Data, this is where you can sort your data, you can filter your data. Okay, you can bring data in from Access, from the web, whatever like that. Okay. Review, this is where you could do your spell check, your thesaurus. If you're using this as a group project, you can click on new comments and stuff like that, add comments to it. View, this is your zoom, grid lines to show your grid lines and stuff like that. Okay, so let's come back here to the home tab, click on cell A1, and you're going to type your name. So my name is Mike's budget. Guess it's got to spell it right. Just like that. Now I hit enter, and notice how the information spilled across the cell. That's okay. As long as it's a title, that's okay. So we can click back on it, and we can change the size. You know, maybe we want to make it size 28. Maybe we want to make it bold. Okay? Stuff like that. Click on A3 now, and we're going to type the word item. Hit your tab key, and in B3, we're going to type amount. Okay, hit enter and notice it brings it back over here under that. It's because that's it takes you to the first location so you can just begin typing. So now we're going to type here a list of things that we can put into our budget. So we're going to come in here and we're going to type housing. This is your rent. Okay. We can type in here heat. We could type in here electricity. Okay, we could type in here internet. Okay. A budget is things you have to spend money on each month. Okay, how about a car payment? Okay, we also have car insurance. Okay, we also have gasoline. Okay, fun money. This is so that you can go on a date, you can go bowling or go skiing or something like that. Give you a little bit of money to play around with so you're not totally bored up at college. Okay, what else can we put on here? Clothing maybe. Okay, maybe you have a Visa loan. Let's just put credit card. Stay generic here. Okay, you might have a student loan. Okay, you want to put charity on here. Okay, that's where you're going to put your church donations, cans for scouting for food type stuff, putting money into the Salvation Army kettle at Christmas time. Okay, so those are some of the things that you can put in there for that. Okay. Now what I want to do, notice how some of this stuff has spilled over into the other column down here. I do want to adjust the column so these are all going to be in the same column. So I'm going to come up here and the dividing line between the two columns right here between A and B, I'm going to click down and I'm going to drag it over and adjust it. Just like that. Okay, so now over here I'm going to plug in some amounts. Okay, so we're going to type in here, okay, let's go $400 a month. Okay, heat, we're going to go $125 a month. Electricity, we'll just do the same thing there. Internet, I have wireless Beehive, I'm paying $50 a month. Okay, car payment, just depends on what kind of car you have. My daughter just recently bought a 2002 Honda Accord at 2.99 interest, and her car payment is $125 a month, which is pretty good. Okay, car insurance, I'm going to say $80 a month for her, because that's just on her own. Okay, gasoline, just depends on how much you drive your car, so I'm going to say $80 a month there too. Fun money, let's put in here, $100 a month. Okay, like I said, that goes for buying pizza, going out, going to the movie, going bowling, anything that you're going to do for fun, going on a date, things like that. Okay, clothing, just depends. You could probably buy something new every month if you wanted to. I'm going to put maybe $30 on here because you're not going to spend. Yeah, you'd like a clothing allowance, but you don't need to spend it on every month. But let's just do it just for the fun of it. Credit card payment, now it just depends on how much you have on your credit card. So we're just going to say our payment is, I don't know, $45 a month. Okay. Okay, student loan. Student loan usually kicks in after you quit college, but we're just going to pretend like you took a break and now you're coming back. So let's put $50 on there. Charity, let's do $100 just to see how this works. Okay, so there's your budget. And what you want to do is you want to come over here now and type total. And hit enter, arrow back up. Okay, I like to make mine bold. I like to make mine align right so it moves over here like that. Okay, then here I want to add this up. Okay, the beautiful thing about a spreadsheet is it has these functions in it that you can have the computer figured up. And that's what we want you to do. Don't just type in a number. I want you to use the auto sum feature right up here, sum. So I click that. Notice it highlights this area right here. It says, okay, equals sum, that's the function, and the range is in the parentheses here, B4 to B15. If you look right here, that's what's highlighted, and that's what I want, so I'm just going to hit enter, and it totals it up for me right there. Okay, so my total is right here in this cell. So what I want to do is I want to highlight this whole column here, and I want to make it currency, so I'm going to come up here to currency, or click on this drop down and select currency. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And also, since I'm only dealing with even dollar amounts, I can decrease the decimal. So that's this little icon right here, decrease decimal. So click it once, click it twice, and now I've just got the dollar amount. Okay, so there's a budget. Now what I'd like you to do is to create a pie chart with this. So the way you do this is you highlight the items right here. Okay, don't grab the total, just the items and their amount. So just highlight over that. Then you're going to go up here to insert pie chart, right over there. Click on that. I happen to like the exploded 3D version, so I'm going to click on that. Makes me this totally awesome chart right here. Okay, you notice over here you have your legend, so you can see what color or what slice of this pie represents. Okay, if you come up here to chart layouts, okay, you can change your things here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this layout number 2. So I have a chart title, I have the legend, and I have my graph. So click on that, and it changes it just like that. So now just click on the title and highlight the words in there and call it budget. Maybe even my budget. Let's go my budget. My budget. Okay. And you can click off of that. Now this is kind of a dinky looking pie chart. Let's move it so it's on its own sheet all by itself. So look right up here on your, you got chart tools, design tab. Move all the way over here and click on move chart. And we want to stick it on a new sheet, so we'll click this button right here, and we're going to type this here, my budget chart. Okay, then when you hit OK, notice that it changes it down here. We also have your legend right here and your pie chart right here. If we click on the legend and right click on it, we can go down to format legend, and we could tell it we want it at the bottom of the chart. See how it moved it down there already? Let's go ahead and hit close. Okay, come back here to sheet 1, and let's just double click on sheet 1 down here and call it budget data. Oops, sorry. Okay. Alright, so there's that part right there. Let me give this a pause and see how we're looking. Okay, we'll continue on. Now what I'd like to do over here, let's click on E3 right here, and we're going to put jobs, hours, wages, and gross income right here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to list a bunch of jobs here and their wages, and we're going to figure out what our monthly income is. So we'll start with McDonald's, Macy's, okay, I don't know, let's go Walmart, let's go Home Depot, Maybe you're a CNA. Okay, maybe let's go teacher. Something like that. Okay? Of course, if you're a teacher and you're still going to college, you're probably going for an upper degree. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this column E over there like that. Okay, and just to make things all solid here, we're going to be working part-time. So anything under 40 hours is part-time. So let's do 32 hours. Just do 32 hours on every single one of these. That way we're comparing apples to apples here. Okay, let's go back up here to wages. 7.25. Okay, that's how much you're going to make an hour. Macy's, you might get 8.30 an hour. Walmart, maybe you're up to 9.13 an hour. Oops, 13. Okay, Home Depot, 10.79. This CNA, maybe you're making $11 an hour, and a teacher, let's just say you're doing $16 an hour. That's usually starting pay for a teacher. Okay, so now how do we figure this out? Okay, we're going to come back up here, and we have to times the hours, times the wages, and then times it by 4 because there's 4 weeks in a month. So I'm going to come up here, and I'll say equals. Always start with the equal sign. F4, notice how it highlights that cell, times, and that's the little asterisk up there, G4, see how it's color coding it there? Okay, times 4. And we can hit enter. Okay, so that's my gross income right there, which means taxes haven't been taken out and all the deductions that they take out for health insurance, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now just notice you got your active cell, and in the bottom right hand corner you got that little black box. If you take your mouse and hover over it, it turns to a black cross. Once you do that, click and drag it down, and that copies the formula to the next row. So see how we got F5 times G5 times 4. You notice I click up here and it highlights the cells. Okay, so good. Now let's do this conditional formatting thing. So we're going to highlight this cell right here. We're going to come up here to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. We'll go down here to less than. Okay, and we want to compare it not to this 928, but to this one right here. And we wanted to change red because this is less than. So hit OK. Notice how it changed red over here. Let's do it again one more time. Click that. Come down here to highlight cell rules, but this time we'll do greater than. Okay, we want to compare that cell to this total right here. Notice how it put the address in there, then we hit OK. Oop, I did something wrong. So I'm going to click on this and go back and do it again. Greater than. Click on this cell down here. And I'm going to change this to green. That's what I forgot to do right there. Hit OK. And then the next step is to click on the Format Painter brush right over here. So click that. And then we can just drag it down across that. And notice that you have 3 items down here that now pop into the green, which means these are okay and meet your criteria. Okay, so let's just go ahead and work on that together. The extra credit for this one is to actually take this home, have your mom and dad look at it, and sit down and go through this here and actually come up with an actual budget over there. You can then go over here and put mom and dad in here, how many hours they work, what their wages are, and this right here. Now what I would do too is I would add these together, so I would say
I'll be back.
okay, so what we need to do is we're just going to come down here and we'll say H4 Okay, so we'll say equals H4 plus H5, and that adds them together. And then we can say maybe both parents. Okay, we'll make that align right. Okay, so there's your both parents right there if this was mom and dad. Okay, and we can just click on this, highlight, copy the format painter, click there, and you notice it's green because it's way over that, so there you go. So that's the extra credit part. Just change this to mom and dad, both parents, whatever like that. If you only have one parent, you don't need to do this step down here. Okay, so give that a try.